Oh, hello. My name's Thomas Hall, and today I'm going to tell you who I am, and you will truly figure out who I am and who I strive to be as a teacher. So the first thing I want to emphasize is that I hate being bored. And when I mean I hate being bored, that means I love to have fun. And so to have fun, you got to become innovative in your classroom. And what I mean by becoming innovative is having innovative ideas. And that's exactly what I plan to bring to the teaching table. So to clear some things up about having an innovative classroom, across the globe there's been places that have like wall-less classrooms or completely digitalized, and that's not exactly what I'm referencing. So when I say I want to have an innovative classroom, it means having creative activities and creative lesson plans for my students on a daily basis. And if there's one thing you need to know about me, is I am a huge sports junkie. I eat, sleep, and breathe sports on a daily basis. And actually, I strive to be a high school baseball coach in my future career, so that has something to do with sports as well. And so what I want you to get from this is that I plan on having everything in my classroom active.
This kind of active?
No, silly. While I wish I could do this every day, I'm talking about active learning. In my classroom, I'm not always going to be in charge. While I will lecture, I believe discussion is the driving force in learning. And in order to have a discussion-led class, the students are going to have to lead a lot of it. And while I will lead some, I want them to lead the majority of it because it helps them learn. And when they do this, it allows for the active learning to thrive. And this kind of goes off the idea of me wanting to approach the day with the lesson plan of a blank canvas. While I know what I want to have on the canvas, I want the students to determine how they're going to cover the canvas. Whether it's with lectures, discussions, or just straight activities, I'm all for it. Thank you, Coach Hall. So today what we need to run the discussion over is balances of power. And so the one thing that Coach Hall highlighted is that we need to emphasize how the legislative branch can balance out the power of the executive branch. So does anybody know like one example of how they can do that?
Yeah, the president needs approval from the Congress to make rules.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's great. That's great. So as you saw at that active learning discussion that my wonderful students just displayed, which they're all great students and they all really learn from this type of setup. And I think one of the main points that I'm trying to get across is that my classroom has to be oriented in a way to allow this active learning to thrive. And so whether that's having heavily saturated Wi-Fi across the room, like for instance him using his laptop, it's all needed. Another couple things is if our Wi-Fi goes out, I pull out the whiteboards, I have flexible furniture, and we just kind of all have a discussion-led day if we don't have any internet. And you can see that a lot of this is set up for how I have my room arranged. And right now we have it in a triangle so everybody can face each other and have a very nice discussion when we do that. But sometimes we'll put it in a square or a circle. It doesn't matter, as long as everybody's facing each other. So another aspect I want to bring to my classroom is that I have been told that I'm a super friendly person. Like who can't deny that this smile is just a friendly smile? All jokes aside, I really did get voted the most friendliest in my high school. So no big deal to have that superlative, but hearing this, I really do want my students to know that this is the case. I'm going to exhibit high amounts of empathy throughout the school year because I really want my students to know that I'm going to be there for them. And unlike many studies that have shown that when people go to the root cause of whatever is troubling the person, in this case it'll be the student, but whatever's troubling them, once you get there and you kind of are like boots on the ground, you really do see what is going on and you can be there for them. And that's what I plan to do, and that's what it means to be empathetic. And so, I mean, that's just who I am, and I'm going to model my classroom after that, and I hope my students will realize that as we go through the school year. All right, so Ron, here's your first test back. B-. It's not terrible, but we have improvement to do.
All right.
We'll go over everything, and we'll definitely make improvement, all right?
All right.
So we're on test 2, and good job, Ron. You got an A+.
Oh, man.
Got everything right. You put the work in.
Thank you.
I would like to call myself an innovative thinker and an endorser of active learning. and an empathetic person, but when it comes down to it, I just really want to be myself. And I think when I'm myself, those traits will shine. But what really made myself to who I am today was my cultural upbringing. And the majority of that culture was music. And I'm not talking about music like slow country songs like Kane Brown or slow love songs like Ed Sheeran. I'm talking more of like upbeat music that kind of just makes you feel good. And so some of my favorite artists are like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, NF, Mac Miller. And then I have alternative artists I like as well, like Coast Modern and Toothy. And if you just listen to their songs, they just encompass a rhythm that just really like gets the blood flowing. I'm a huge advocate for music setting the mood off right. There are tons of benefits that music brings to make the brain function better. And it is even shown that music can trigger memories even in dementia patients. So if my students theoretically listen to the same music when they study during test time, then it may be able to trigger information. And I think that is a huge component of what I'm going to be doing in my classroom. And I will always allow them to have music going, and I will play music if they want me to, and I'm just going to have a music-filled classroom. So as I bring this video to a close today, I just want to say I am and will always be these things I talked about today. Many different factors will limit my future students' educational process, and it's going to be my job to walk through that journey with them and help use it as they go through their educational journey. And so by being a fun, innovative, active learning, and empathetic teacher, I will only set my students up for success and expect nothing less. Thomas Hall out.